We bring in the executive director of the AdvoCare Texas Kickoff, David Fletcher. David, welcome to BYU Sports Nation.
Spencer, it's a pleasure to be on here. Really appreciate you and Jerem giving us some time today to talk about this exciting matchup.
Absolutely. Let's do that. Why did you think that BYU and LSU were the matchup that you wanted in 2017?
Well, I'll tell you, we are very fortunate that we have built a real tradition down here in Houston with two great college football games every year to start and end the year. We had LSU down here for this year's 2014 AdvoCare Texas Kickoff, and a game that they pulled out last minute against the Wisconsin Badgers. And really, anytime we get an opportunity on these front-end games to open up the college football season in a big way, we're looking to do it. We have a relationship with LSU as well as the SEC, as they are also one of our conferences that we work with on our bowl game. But to have these two ties of brands down here in Houston to kick off the season, we know it's going to kick off the season in a big, big way and be a great event, not only for the fans, but certainly for the college football audience out there nationally.
David, how long has this game been in the works?
We are constantly having to schedule as far in advance as we can. As you guys know, the college football landscape of scheduling is an ever-moving puzzle.
Yeah.
But we've been really working through trying to find matchups in this game in particular as far out as 2020. The schedules worked out that we had a window with both of these two teams. And I would say that both teams are very excited to have the opportunity, and then we're ready to have it as well come 2017.
So how long have you been discussing possibly this matchup for 2017 specifically?
Yeah, it all came together, really conversations, I would say probably the last year or so. Again, a moving target. A lot of times, sometimes things can happen. Sometimes the schedules open up and allow for these type of events to occur. The schools really work closely with ESPN, who's our partner in the game, to try and find the best fit. And they do that with throughout the year as it relates to the TV audiences and the opportunities to play both conference, neutral site, or in BYU's case, just working through their schedule. So, but really, we saw this as an opportunity that could happen as about a year ago this time.
David Fletcher, the executive director of the AdvoCare Texas Kickoff and AdvoCare V100 Texas Bowl, joining BYU Sports Nation to talk about the BYU-LSU matchup on September 2nd, 2017 in Houston, Texas at NRG Stadium. David, how will playing in this game benefit both programs when you look at LSU and BYU?
Well, we look at it for a couple ways. Certainly we know how big that the kickoff games have become. We got in the business of it back in 2013, partnering with ESPN to really find a way to put Houston on the map as a college football destination. We all know, and we've all seen, how important Houston is to the landscape for college football when it relates to recruiting, when it relates to fan bases and alumni. Many schools here in the region and certainly nationally have very large alumni bases down here. Houston's the fourth largest city in the country, one of the biggest and fastest growing economies in the country, very vibrant and very business-friendly community. So that translates to some great opportunities for the schools. But also when we look at it and working with ESPN, really the opportunity to showcase big-time college football at the beginning of the season in an NFL stadium like NRG Stadium is, in a major market, it's just been a recipe that so far has been very successful for everybody, and I think really great for the fans. You've got a great opportunity to come down to Houston to play in a stadium, a neutral setting, if you will, that allows fans to kind of experience everything we have down here. And as mentioned, for the teams, the recruiting opportunities, the advantage of playing in a marquee national position on the national landscape in the opening weekend. Everybody's 0-0. There's a lot of excitement around these games, and something that we're continuing to build on. Certainly, this is one that we're very excited about.
You mentioned ESPN's role in this as to partner with the game. What role do they play in setting up the matchup?
Well, they are the. We work with ESPN Events, which is one of the companies under the ESPN umbrella, and they are they own the game, and we work with them in partnership to manage and run the events. They play a very big role. They work very closely with the schools, the conferences, to try and find the matchups that make the most sense, particularly as the early season games have become more important now in the college football playoff, and the opportunity to really focus on how to strengthen that out-of-conference schedule for teams like LSU, and BYU certainly is always looking to schedule, in their situation, as big a brand they can to try and build their national profile and put them in the best position to be a part of these college football playoff games. So it's a very important role that they play, and one that we're very excited to have a partnership with, both in this game as well as the AdvoCare V100 Texas Bowl.
BYU played at NRG Stadium last year against the University of Houston. Did the outpouring of love they got from their fan base have anything to do with the appeal for BYU to return for this game specifically?
I think that definitely factors in. You know, the BYU has a very strong fan base here, a lot of ties to this region, and they traveled extremely well, and that's always something. You know, BYU's got such a great national brand. They've had a great history under Coach Mendenhall and those before him. And so, you know, anytime we get a chance to look at events that can bring those type of teams into Houston, we're definitely going to explore them. And this one is one that we're really excited about for sure.
In learning about the kickoff, also the tie there with the same people, you know, you and everyone run the AdvoCare V100 Texas Bowl, I couldn't help but think, are there any discussions related to BYU in the future for that bowl game?
Well, our conference relationships for at least the next 5 years, we just finished the first of our 6-year relationship, lie with the Big 12 and SEC. So we're really proud of that relationship. It was the first year to have an SEC relationship, and we grew in our Big 12 relationship, which has been around for many years. Really exciting opportunity for us to bring two great conferences together in Houston to finish out the year. And, I really can't speak to what the conferences may be doing, but I certainly know that we're very proud of that relationship with both of those conferences and the opportunity to work with them, both in the bowl as well as in other events that we bring to Houston.
David Fletcher, the executive director of the AdvoCare Texas Kickoff, with us on BYU Sports Nation, previewing, to a degree, BYU and LSU. 967 days from now, but who is counting? David, is it too soon to talk about tickets for this game?
It is and it isn't. What I would encourage your fans to do is certainly go to AdvoCareTexasKickoff.com and join the priority wait list. We are not at this time on sale with the game. But as information comes available and as we get a little closer, we certainly want to make sure that fans are educated on what to expect here in Houston, the atmosphere at NRG Stadium, and their best opportunity to get tickets for the game.
Well, good stuff. We appreciate the time, David.
Guys, we're really looking forward to it. And again, who's counting? Apparently we both are. I'm really excited for that matchup. I'm sure the countdown clock in your office is probably as big as mine. And you know, we're very fortunate. We do have two big matchups coming to NRG Stadium before this one in 2017. Texas A&M and Arizona State will come together for the 2015 matchup. University of Oklahoma and those Houston Cougars that you mentioned will be in 2016, but definitely a lot of eyes on this one, and we're looking forward to the opportunity to bring both these two teams together to kick off the 2017 season. David,
we appreciate you showing us some grace here on BYU Sports Nation with your time to preview the game that is 967 days away. And I'm sure we'll be talking to you soon.
Spencer, Jerem, looking forward to it. We'll see you guys a couple days before then.
All right, sounds good.